inches closer and closer. Many have already cast their votes, but for those of you who haven't, you may still have questions on some ballot issues, like maybe voting for judges.
Yeah, that sort of thing can be a little confusing, so our reporter Devon Olivas breaks down how exactly you go about voting for a judge.
On your ballot, you'll see a couple of judges up for retention in the state, but for those who haven't stood in front of a judge in a courtroom, how do you know if you want them to stick around? I spoke to a former judge about how judges are selected, how they're voted out, and what the public's job is during this entire process. Colorado is one of 21 states in the country who use a merit selection process instead of traditional voting to choose judges.
What our system does is it takes the money out of the process, which is very important because it is money that gives the impression that somebody can be influenced by donors.
Those who would like to be a judge go through a similar process as any other job. You put in an application. Then a commission comprised of lawyers and non-lawyers review those applicants.
They send 3 names to the governor, and the governor then conducts an investigation of all of them with regard to public records and the opinions about these people.
The governor appoints the judge, but this doesn't mean the position is permanent.
When that provisional term is up, those judges then must stand for a vote before the public.
Those are the names you see on the ballot. The commission then does a performance review on each of those judges.
They include things like their knowledge of the law, their courtroom skills, their communication skills, whether they treat people fairly and impartially, and their temperament.
The public has access to the performance reviews in the Voter Blue Book. So even if you haven't had a firsthand experience with a judge, you can still make an educated vote. Cara Prelli tells us that a judge being voted out by the public isn't a frequent occurrence, but it's more likely to happen when a judge is on a high-profile case. Reporting in Grand Junction, I'm Yvonne Olivas.
Cara Prelli also advises voters to head to knowyourjudge.com for an in-depth evaluation of each judge before casting your vote.
Looks like